I don't think so. I don't
Don't
think
you
so.
dare!
Listen,
Do not switch up
I'm a
like that.
listen. I'm a cock writer. I think the Bengals win out. I think. Listen,
What? There is nothing like a full Sunday where you're just a lazy bum on your couch while your diet consists of chips, chicken wings, pizza, and soda for a whole about 16 hours or so. That, my friends, is the NFL season. From watching your team slip you into an unlimited season long depression over and over because they can't get the ball past the line of scrimmage, all the way up until your boy, whose team won the Super Bowl last year, has to call you numerous times over and over to remind you how much your team sucks because it's the only way he can compensate for his lack of masculinity. Or even the fantasy season where you decided to draft Kyle Pitts in round 5 because you still believe that there's hope. The 3-page long injury reports of yet another Tua Tagovailoa concussion, to watching our favorite comedy show called The Dallas Cowboys while Jerry Jones casually burns his entire franchise to the ground. Instances of just being a Bears fan and having to hear it casually over and over that this is their year. Spoiler, it isn't. We cover it all, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pick 6. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pick 6 podcast presented by Street Logic Sports. We appreciate y'all for joining in. I know it's been a while. It's been 2 weeks. Happy belated Thanksgiving to all y'all out there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed y'all turkey. If you like that dirty ass shit, if you like ham, that's even dirtier. Go fuck yourself. If you're a real one like myself, you flew in home and went to a New York style Chinese restaurant and got some grade A Chinese food. It was fire. I've been going to that restaurant in Torrance for like years, bro. Since I was a kid. That shit heat.
What's it
Trust.
called?
I forgot what it was called. It was like New York style Chinese restaurant or some shit like that. But it's fire. It's
oof.
like it's off Sky Park and PCH, bro. Trust. It's like some of the best Chinese food you ever had. I
Pizza
swear to God.
noodles.
It's a buffet.
Okay.
That shit was a hit. It was so good. I had the
All right,
time of my
bet.
life, bro. Anyway, back to the football. We had a great slate of games last week. A couple of contenders looked not so contender-ish. Some surprises. Um, we got a nice little fantasy wrap up. I think this is the last week of the regular season for fantasy football as we head into playoffs. A lot of people's fates are decided. However, a lot of people's fates hang in the balance as they enter probably the most pivotal game of their season, including myself. I'm not sure about the rest of you guys. The Chargers versus the Eagles this week. We got Isaiah versus Imagine Naoki. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to sit back and watch because the Niners finally have their fucking bye week. Let's go. I don't have to stress for once. I'm so happy.
Week 14 is
Um,
crazy, bro. A bye
Dog,
in
I
week
don't think
14
we.
is insane.
I don't recall ever seeing us have a bye week this late in my life. I'm so happy. I get to sit back and watch football without having want to kill myself. It's nice, bro. But then I just remembered I have to watch my fantasy team try to perform. So anyway, um, as we get into it, the Eagles look like fucking shit. The Chargers look a little less shitty. Um, a lot of things hanging in the balance for both of these teams. The NFC is as tight as ever. The AFC, two teams are kind of semi running away with it right now, but it's kind of questionable as well. Joe Shiesty's kind of starting to make that little bit of a comeback. He's got Josh Allen and the Bills this week as well. We'll touch on that later. But let's talk about the fantasy outlook for you guys. Starting off with Majid, fantasy football. What's it looking like for you heading into this week?
So this week got a big game. Obviously, it's win it or lose it. For the last playoff spot in this very important league of mine, the one I cared most dearly about. As for the other league, I kind of made a comeback, so I'm kind of secured in the playoffs. But I do need Devin Neal to perform this week. I think that's going to be my outlier this week. Obviously, Hertz is going to get the numbers he usually gets. Hopefully, Saquon can pick it up, but it's a big game this week.
Say
Jose?
less. Yeah, well, we actually have a huge paragraph to break down because, as you guys know, Yusuf and I are in a fantasy league that I currently run. I've ran it for 10 years. Um, we have a bit of a playoff race going on. Um, I'm sure a lot of you tuning in can also relate. last week before fantasy playoffs. Things are getting a little dicey. But let's start with our league. So, Decker and Jason both have secured the first round bye. The current number 3 seed is Zafer. So, I'm going to start reading out the playoff scenarios. They're going to go fast. So, with Zafer, if Zafer loses and I win and Luke wins and Jared wins, Zafer is out. A lot of scenarios there. On to Alex. If Alex loses, Luke wins, Jared wins, then his playoff chances would also come down to whether I win or lose. And then it also comes down to how many points in which Alex has a 7.9 lead over me. Very specific. But anyway, we move on to me. If I lose and Luke beats you, Yusuf, and Jared wins, then I am officially out of the playoffs after starting 4-0, by the way. That would be a generational fumble. And then on to Jared. Jared just has to win to make the playoffs because he holds the tiebreaker over everyone who's pretty much competing at the moment. And then lastly, it's you, Yusuf. So, Yusuf, you basically have to win. If you do not win this week, you are cooked. There's no chance of you making the playoffs. But if you do win, you also need Jared to lose. And he is currently playing 5-8 Kyle, who has the starting lineup of absolute dog shit. So, but yeah, best of luck to you. Best of luck to everyone in the league. If you are listening, it's going to be a fun week. I don't remember if the league has ever been this close going into the end of the year. It's kind of fun when your fantasy league plays out like this. But yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be a real shame if the two guys on this podcast didn't make the fucking playoffs in their league. It would
I'm
be
gonna
a
try.
real
I just
shame.
pray to God if I can just beat Luke, then I think you're safe, bro. Like honestly, it's fine. But
I think I'm good.
I
I mean, I do
control.
have,
I'm controlling. Well, I can't even control it. Really, it's fantasy, but control we can control, right? Like if I go out and I beat Luke, cool, and I don't make it because Jared wins.
yeah,
Like it is what it is. I'm not tripping. This is the closest fantasy football has been all year, bro. I started this league fucking 1-4, and then
true.
went on a fucking 4 game tear and ended up having a positive record. And now I've lost, no, well, a 3 game tear, right? I was one and
Something like
three.
that.
I was 1-3, and then I went to 4-3,
Well, it did
lost
help
three
that you got
straight.
Omar back-to-back weeks.
I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Fuck that guy.
But you also
Fuck
have the
that
same
guy, man.
scenario. Like you're one of those guys who's played pretty much the highest score every week. You have the
Yeah.
most points scored on you in the league. You're first and I'm second. So it hasn't been the luckiest of years for us. But yeah, that's our playoff scenario.
Yeah.
Just to do a
When the
quick
fuck
deep
has that ever
dive.
not been the case, Isaiah? I played the highest score every week, every fucking
I
year.
know. You have
It's
generational ass luck.
literally it's like the worst luck possible every single year.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
just to wrap it up real quick, we're entering the playoffs. Fantasy talk's going to get smaller and smaller as we go throughout the season and we dip into the playoffs. But I just want your guys' opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I only played two different style leagues. I play standard and PPR. I don't play any of the super flex stuff. I don't play any dynasty leagues. But I want your opinion on what your favorite league is to play in. Do you enjoy PPR more? Do you enjoy standard, half PPR? Or are there any leagues in your that you guys are in that are interesting where you guys have certain like special scoring? Um, I tried something out this year where we did the two quarterback league. I know in our league we also do the thing where we eliminated tight ends and we have two flex as well. So that's a little different. But I don't know. Give me your guys' opinion what your favorite league is to play in. What or a league that you want to play in next year.
um, there's a league I play in right now with no kickers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Eliminated kickers completely. We go double flex. Yeah.
Eliminating a kicker and you had a
Yeah. So
flex?
yeah, just no kickers. You run double flex with a tight end and a defense.
I feel like
And
kickers can be one of the most fun parts of fantasy
I
though.
think that's why like I hated that shit personally. I didn't like it because there have been weeks where like last year Jake Elliott got me like 15 or 18 in a week and I won by 1 point because it came down to a Monday night game. It
That's
went
what I'm
fucking
saying. There's
stupid.
nothing like sweating
Yeah,
a
I
fucking
didn't like
kicker
it.
on Monday night.
I think PPR is probably the best it's gonna get, bro. I'm gonna be real. I don't think it gets better than PPR. This is my opinion.
But then you
Um,
also have the thing where there's those running backs that catch what? They'll catch what, like five screens for like 5 yards, and that's 5 points right there.
but this is
There's the
why we
argument.
rated this is why we rated Alvin Kamara so high, and that's why he was our golden boy on this podcast. So I'm always gonna ride by that personally. But that went to shit this year. But still, I'm rocking with PPR.
Imagine any fun leagues that you're in this year.
Nothing. I wouldn't say fun. Everything is pretty much standard PPR. Uh, Speaking of the double flex, I do like obviously future wise. I'm in 5 leagues, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, two of them are complete bullshit, and the third one is like a repetitive of a different league. It's just the same people.
Hmm
So I'm pretty much gonna eliminate probably 3 of those out of the 5. So I'm gonna be in 2. So next year, I definitely obviously I talked about I want to get in your guys' one for sure, and
Oh
then
yeah, you're gonna have to
yeah,
join Clown
I
Ball.
I have to. And then another one too is just like something I wouldn't mind trying it out. I'm not saying I'm gonna love it, but like whether I play a league that's like a double flex, that'd be pretty cool. Even with the kicker, just more players, higher points, or even one of those leagues that you keep the same team. What is it, Dynasty? What is it? Where you trade like literally draft picks for following years. I feel like that'd
I've
be
always
pretty
wanted
cool.
to try Dynasty.
Like think about like anyone that this year were to trade Tyreek Hill early in the season, got a pick for next year, and it's like shit. You know, I don't know. I feel like that's a fire.
Yeah, Dynasty would be fun. I would love to try something like that next year, or Keeper League. I heard Keeper League is fun as well. But yeah, that being said, that'll close out our fantasy for the week. We will definitely get back to you guys next week with either some fantastic news or depressing news. I would really love for both of us to make it, Yusuf, but I have a feeling one of us isn't going to be going in.
I
I don't
pray
know
to God
who.
we both make it, bro. Do you need
Yeah.
so you need me to win?
Yeah. I need you
And
to win, and I obviously I have to win pretty much.
okay. So Jared is not really like in the picture for you at all.
No, I also have the tiebreaker over Jared, so I'm not worried
Okay,
about
so we're just
Jared.
let's just pray on his downfall together.
Yeah, I'm with
Jared, if
that.
you're watching this, fuck you.
Real shit though.
Yeah, shoot yourself if you want, honestly. I don't care.
Insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to Boomer Bust. But before we get into it, I want you guys to have um your shining moment or whatever the fuck you want to call it because we shit on you guys a lot for your picks or specifically me to be honest with you. But I believe Yusuf, you had Josh Allen a few weeks ago. Obviously, we took a break last week, so we didn't get to talk about it. But I think you had Josh Allen, and imagine I forget who it was that you had.
Jay fucking Jettis. Yo. The guy that didn't see the ball until the fourth quarter. The guy that's crying for just anything. He's crying for. Think about how sad this is when someone's crying for Kirk Cousins back.
Hey,
Think
hey,
about how bad it is.
we're not gonna shit on Jettas. It's free Jettas
It is. I agree.
till I
Yeah,
die.
hey, yeah. Free Jettis. Shit,
He's
bro.
got a fucking situation from hell over there in Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Package T Higgins and a pick over to Minnesota and then let him reunite with Joe Shiesty and Jamar Chase over in
What's
Cincy, bro.
this?
That
That'll be
would be
fire.
fucking
That would
disgusting.
That'll be
that'd be
fire.
illegal. That'd be illegal.
I don't even think they could financially make that work.
No, no. We gotta see.
Shit.
We gotta see Jay Jettis at 3 places, bro. See him number one. I want to see him in Buffalo. Number two, I would want to see him in a Chargers jersey. I'm not gonna lie to you. A solidified roster. I'm not hitting on McConkey. I'm not hitting on any of that. No, Yusuf. He's not going there. He's not going to San Fran.
He's not
Baltimore.
going to San Fran,
If
bro.
Lamar stays there, get him to Baltimore. An actual receiver that he can throw
Hey,
to. He's not coming to San Fran.
JJ, you know where home is, my
He's
brother.
not
Listen,
coming
no,
over to San
You know
Fran.
where
That
can
home
I
makes
is,
tell you?
no
my brother.
sense.
Can I tell you what the 49ers are going to be doing? The 49ers are going to be paying Ayuk for the next 6 years, like the Lakers just finished off paying off Luol Deng
He's
last
gone,
year.
brother. He's gone. It's cooked. He's done for. He's void. He's lost. He didn't do shit. He
He
didn't
lost
complete
almost
any
25.
aspect of his contract. He's been skipping meetings. He hasn't been going to his fucking rehab, apparently. Fuck this guy.
Brandon
Hey,
Ayuk is the perfect definition of he should just go to Pittsburgh. Go to a retirement home over there, bro.
hey, you guys want to hear a crazy statistic about talking about Justin Jefferson? So this is an article on NFL.com. This is what it says. It's 11 insane next gen statistics. They
Mhm.
put you guys on the radar. It says it's been less than an ideal start to the JJ McCarthy era in Minnesota. This has been highlighted by most of his connection with star receiver Justin
Address him
Jefferson.
as 9.
Oh, my fault. As
Yes, there you
nine.
go.
Jefferson has averaged the most career receiving yards per game, 92.5 in NFL history. He's averaged just 53 yards per game in McCarthy's 6 starts. The former Michigan quarterback has 6 interceptions and a 47.4 passer rating when targeting Jefferson, both the worst among 88 quarterback receiver duels with at least 40 targets this season.
I beg your finest fucking pardon. Did you just say 47 passer
47?
rating and 6 picks?
Yes, sir. 47.4 passer rating, 6 picks.
Wow.
And they
Holy
want to say Tyler,
fuck.
and they want to say Tyler Show is the worst QB in the league.
God damn. I knew it was bad, bro, but I didn't know it was that bad.
That's how you know it's bad when the Browns don't have the two worst quarterbacks in the league.
47? Targeting the best wide receiver in football? How is that even fucking humanly possible? So that stat is when he's statistically targeting Jay Jettas, right?
Yeah, only
Oh my
only
God.
targeting Justin Jefferson. Yeah.
You guys know what hurts me the most about this whole situation in Minnesota? If you actually look on paper to that Minnesota team, and you can clearly see that the Minnesota defense has gotten a lot better in the last 3 years, with obviously getting Isaiah Rodgers at corner, fixing
They're
up that
top
linebacker.
five.
They're top
They're
five.
top five.
So you're telling me that a Sam Darnold led, or even Kirk Cousins back in the day, was getting the Vikings to about a 12 to 14 win year, and you got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Naylor, Hawkinson, Jordan Mason, who I think is a lot better than Jones, but Aaron Jones is still, if he's healthy, putting up work in that pass game. And you're telling me the Minnesota Vikings can't get more than 10 yards to Justin Jefferson.
That's why all the blame is going to JJ because
Rightfully so.
everyone knows that he is the problem. There's
Not just
literally
him,
nowhere
even
else
the
you can point
backup.
the
I don't
finger.
know. Rightfully so. I'm not going to put the full blame on the rookie last year making his first start against the top five defense in the league. It looked atrocious when he saw that Will Levis throwing a line. I can't defend him there. But man, we're going to start talking about that QB coach too, bro. That QB coach got to
No,
go.
hey, bro. When you play for a coach that is known as the quarterback whisperer and you're fucking ass,
Your ass.
holy shit. And to think, I take back everything I said. We were singing this man's praises after that win against Chicago. Do you remember that?
Week
He was
one,
playing
yep.
like shit the whole game, and then that fourth quarter, he stepped up like crazy. I take everything I said back. I thought this dude had that
And
leader, had the
hey,
dog in him. He shit the fucking bed.
and I
Ever
want
since
you
that
guys,
moment, it's been ass, bro.
and Yusuf, I want you guys to go pull up the episode one of Pick Six Podcast. I want everyone in the audience to go look how I was calling them all smoking for that, or it was episode two because it was after. I called you guys Snoop Dogg, crackhead, weed head for I don't know what you guys were talking about. Talking about this is the man, this is the clutch, this is the man that won the chip with Harbaugh, and I don't know what. This guy's ass. This guy, he does not like throwing the ball, bro. He's a court. He's literally like prime Hurts, bro. Just run the ball, hand off the ball. I'm not gonna throw more
Yeah.
than 5 yards.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about with Minnesota. I think their best route going forward is probably looking into the free agency market for a quarterback and kind of avoid the draft because Jesus fuck.
Hey, shit,
I
go
don't
get
even think
Jameis
they'll ever
Winston.
be able to make that pick up.
Hey, listen, if I'm the Vikings, I'm sending a first rounder for Jacoby Brissett right now. I'm,
First rounder?
I'm,
Excuse me?
I'll tell you what,
First,
Justin Jefferson,
first,
Justin
first
Jefferson,
You're
rounder is
smoking meth,
hey,
wild.
dog?
Justin Jefferson won't decline that. I'll tell you that.
Straight
No, but
meth.
that's the same
That
motherfucker that threw for 500 yards and 50 passes in a game.
Arizona's not giving up Jacoby Brissett after this season, bro. They're giving up
Nah.
Kyler first.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, send Kyle over to Minnesota. Kyler. That'll
Send,
fucking get
listen,
spicy.
just send Kyler Murray the not what's the Browns to the Jets and let's just end his career.
Yeah. Anyway,
Kyler
though,
Murray in a
that was a
Vikings
nice little
jersey.
sidetrack.
Ugh.
No more Kyler Murray. Let's not get into that. Let's go straight into Boomer Bust for week 14. Let's follow off that great week that we had before we took our Thanksgiving hiatus. Yusuf, you're going to start us off. We're getting close to fantasy playoffs, so these better mean something. You
Oh,
ready?
this means a lot to me, brother. Jameson
All
Williams
right.
is in my starting lineup, and he's my boom player for this week because he plays the Cowboys, who currently rank dead last in points allowed to wide receivers. They're the worst passing fucking defense in the NFL right now in fantasy football. Jameson Williams, he goes up against his Cowboys defense. He's projected to have 16.85 points. I have his boom projection at 21. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jameson World's, fuck me. It's JMO's world, and we're just living in it.
We got the intro. We got the intro.
That's the intro,
that.
chat. Chat, that's the intro.
I think we might have a better intro that happened about 5 minutes ago when we are talking about 9. Anyway, moving on. It's JMO's world, and we're just living in it. He is now currently the number 1 passing option in Detroit. Now that Sam Laporta is still currently on IR after getting his back blown out, and Amon the Sun God is out for God knows how long.
God.
This man is facing quite literally the worst passing defense in the NFL fantasy-wise, allowing the most points to receivers all year. If you don't start him and pray to God that this man goes crazy, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You saw what the hell he did last week, and you see what he's been doing all season as a second option or third option in the passing game too. Fourth option offensively too, if you really think about it. He's going to eat, man. I think he's going to eat this week. There's no doubt about it.
I believe in it. This one is, I don't even know like if I have the balls to say it live.
Please
on a
read everything.
podcast.
Please.
But yeah, my boom player this week is Zay Flowers from the Baltimore Ravens. He's got a Week 14 matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and his Week 14 PPR projection is 12.3, and I have him at 19.6 this week. There is absolutely nobody I believe in more to have a big game this week than this disappointing, wet bag of dog shit. I don't think I've ever been closer in my life to calling a suicide hotline than I was watching the Ravens last week. I don't know about you guys, but I had just finished eating Thanksgiving dinner. I had Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers on my team. It was a must-win week for me, and they go out and get me 7 fucking points. 7 points. And Lamar Jackson, I want you to do me a favor and try and spell 7.
Wait, each or
Fucking-
combined?
Combined.
Combined. Zay Flowers had like 0.6 points. And he
I was just
funked
gonna
at the end of
say
the
that.
game when they were down like 20.
I was just gonna say that. Let's not don't give him credit to say they combined. Zay Flowers had 0.6 points. Lamar ended up with 6, and he had like 3 turnovers.
You know what that reminds me of?
Fuck,
Y'all ever seen that
bro.
meme of like on this historic day, Kobe Bryant and Kwame Brown combined for 62 points, and
Well,
Kobe
isn't
had
it- isn't
61 and Kwame had 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the last part I have for this because after reviewing with my consultants, it's not something that should be said on a podcast. But that being said, I just need you guys to know how much I believe in Zay Flowers this week based off of what I just had to say. So I think that you should start Zay Flowers this week. And if he busts and the Ravens continue to be as shitty as they have been, then you can officially call every single Ravens player a
Pause.
boomer bust ban list.
Pause.
Wait.
Time out.
What? What'd I say?
Hey,
He
shout out to
busts,
the
huh?
time. Shout out to the time that Kobe and Kwame Brown combined for 84.
Yeah, that is not what took place last Thursday. That was not what took place. I'd love to tell you what did,
Moving on.
but I'm not going to.
So my boom player for this week is Devin Neal from the New Orleans Saints. Yes, I'm a little slow, Isaiah. His Week 14 matchup. What am I looking at? It's not the Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't switch this. Who put the Steelers? Is that me?
That was you.
Okay, bro. I'm on that Zaza right now. All right.
If
listen.
you want him to play the Steelers, fuck it.
I'm good, bro. Listen, his Week 14 matchup is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. His PPR projection is 12.3 points this week, with his boom PPR projection to be 17.4 points. I do have Devin Neal in my fantasy, and like I told you guys, this is a must-win game for me. Devin Neal, obviously, who's the Saints' RB1 now due to Kamara hurting that MCL, is probably likely out for the year. No point in playing him for the rest of the season. He has a bright ceiling to kind of showcase to the league why he's a deserving draft pick, a deserving RB1 running back that a lot of people obviously tend to hype him up about. He's going to be facing up a banged up Buccaneers team who's been up and down this year. You know, obviously the Buccaneers started this year on fire and then just took a turn to the worst. Obviously, offensively, that's a whole different conversation what they lost, but obviously defensively losing a couple weapons. Vita Vea is still there, obviously, on that D line, but as a whole, with the linebackers, the run defense isn't as good as people, showcase that they are about the Buccaneers. So I think it's a must start Devin Neal this week, and I'm hoping he could get me that boom projection of 17. So
Hey, divisional game too. That's
exactly, division.
sweet.
You can't, yeah, you can never predict division games. Look what the Giants did to the Eagles. So
Exactly. Anyway, that's going to do it for boom players this week. Moving on to bust players. I'm going to start us off. My bust player this week is Javonte Williams from the Dallas Cowboys. His Week 14 matchup is the Detroit Lions on Thursday Night Football. The Week 4 PPR projection for him is 14.1, and my bust projection is 9 points even. The Cowboys have brought us two of the most unexpected 2025 season campaigns in George Pickens and Javonte Williams. Yet I'm not sure if you notice how much more the passing offense has shifted since the return of CeeDee Lamb. They are less likely to run the ball than they ever have been, especially compared to the beginning of the season, especially when they're trailing in games. So I'd be lying to you if I haven't thought that the Cowboys were playing good football. They are playing probably some of the best football in the league. They're keeping up with some of the best teams right now, which is surprising to me, to be honest with you, because I did not think that defense ever had a chance to recover, considering how bad they played that game before the bye week. However, the Detroit Lions sit right now as the number one run defense in the league against opposing fantasy running backs, also allowing the sixth fewest in the NFL, 8 rushing touchdowns throughout 13 weeks of football, which I think is pretty impressive. And to be honest with you, that's mainly where Javonte Williams does a lot of his work, is in that end zone. I think we're in win now mode for damn near everyone that's listening to this, trying to crawl into a fantasy football playoff spot. I don't think Javonte Williams is one of those guys that's going to get you in. I think you're better off benching him. I know the projections look sexy. I know everyone's panicking. They don't want to see those 8 point projections, 7 point projections in their fantasy lineup, but shit, sometimes you got to do stuff like that. And I think Javonte is one of those guys you take a risk on benching. So, yeah.
Also, if you want to add into Terrion Arnold is ruled out for the rest of the season with season-ending surgery too.
There
That
you go.
opens up an opportunity for the Cowboys to attack that passing game like 30 times harder than they already would have. So I don't see it. I agree with you. I think it's a great pick this week. So good call.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the hiccups from earlier, but Rashee Rice is my bust player for this week. He is going up against the Houston Texans. Rice is projected 17.11 points. We have his bust projection at 10 points this week. Now, honestly, I'm feeling ballsy. I'm going to say 9. Fuck it. Quote me on that. The reason I say that, Rashee Rice is going into a matchup with the toughest defense in the NFL all around, not just the passing defense, not just the run defense. He's going up against one of the best corners in the NFL in Derek Stingley, one of the best secondaries that we have seen statistically in years. And they just handled the fuck out of arguably the best team in the NFL in the Colts this last week. The Chiefs have looked absolutely dismal this season, despite the fact that Patrick Mahomes has been playing at a much better level than last year. And they still look fucking dysfunctional and shitty as ever. I think it's a wrap. Stop laughing, bro. I'm trying to hold this shit in.
No, it's because I looked at Majid and he smirked for a second.
Laughing a little too fucking hard, bro. Yeah, I just don't think Rashee Rice is a smart start this week for anybody that has him. I don't see him performing, and yeah, I'd say bench him. That's my call. Bench him.
Yusuf, I'm gonna tell you something. I love the pick because Stingley's gonna be on that ass all day. But I will tell you this: the fact that I fucking hate the NFL and the rulings that a jet sweep pass counts as a catch, and the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills have one thing in common: that 95% of their playbook is a flat screen pass and then one pass deep the whole game. I know you have him at 10. I think he's still going to get that 15, 16 points only because he's not going to get no yards. He's probably going to get, like you said, I don't see him getting more than 30 yards. But I promise you they're going to do some stupid ass jet. He's going to get like 8 catches at least, just 8 points, just straight off catches. And then I feel like there's a chance he could get that on the 3-yard line. They throw that little screen pass and he gets a little stupid ass touchdown. That's what I think. But I do like the Texans defense, the best defense in the league. But
Well, shit,
I hate that about the Chiefs.
Considering your bus player, you better hope that Rashee doesn't get a touchdown.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead
do.
and read that for
So
us.
yeah, I got you guys. Speaking of the guy that had a better year than last year, okay, you guys might call me ballsy and a must win game for them this year. I got Patrick Mahomes, okay, and let me tell you about this
The
guy.
number one quarterback in fantasy
And to see
football.
exactly, and I can't stand the guy, whether it's him, whether it's his brother, whether it's his voice. Can't stand him. But obviously, he's the number one ranked fantasy quarterback this year. We got to give flowers where the flowers, got to go. But they're playing the number one defense this year. And we all love that Texans defense. Will Anderson might beat Myles Garrett's sack record this week with that shitty ass D line that the Texans do have. I'm joking. Like, calm down, calm down. But I don't know
Okay.
if you guys did
Okay.
see the reports this week. The Chiefs are down another two offensive line. Is it guards or tackles? I'm not sure.
When they
So
were healthy, they were ass.
that's
So
my
it doesn't really
that's
fucking
my
matter.
point. No, that's my point to you. So they just lost another two. So they're picking up pretty much Home Depot people that want to fit in and come play with them on their team. So okay. So it's gonna be a bad day. So just make sure the ambulance is on standby for Patrick Mahomes this week. He's gonna need it.
Just a little sidetrack, really quick. I'm surprised that the Chiefs didn't do anything to help their offensive line after they
Oh,
lost
I know. Yep.
a good chunk of it in the
This whole
offseason.
not even just the offseason, the deadline too. Like even like
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. Okay, people are gonna look at it like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not trying to say it to my team. That 2024 Philadelphia Eagles team might be one of the greatest, like on paper, in action team we've ever seen. Like the depth that they had. So people are gonna kind of put the blame, but that O line is so atrocious, bro. It gave me flashbacks of that the year they played Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I'm surprised they didn't do anything in the offseason. Everyone's talking about they need a running back and they're too focused on getting, was it either Brees Hall or Kamara, whoever they wanted. Bro, get some O line, bro. Get something, bro. Like you guys lose and look at Joe Tooney, bro. Shout out Joe Tooney, bro. Look at the Chicago Bears. Look what the Bears are doing. That's a big ass loss, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Huge.
I can see Creed Humphrey leaving soon too. I can say
I
that they
wouldn't
don't
be
want to pay
surprised.
that. They don't want to pay.
Um,
So
I
I'm
did want to
tired of
add.
them running it with fucking Kareem Hunt, to be honest with you, bro. I'm so tired of it. That shit needs to stop.
so stupid.
I did want to add one more point, by the way, adding to my point for Rashee Rice as well as Patrick Mahomes for Majid. The last call I made for a player going up against the Houston Texans was Josh Allen. I said he was going to be a bust player, and it was a week after he dropped 48 on Tampa Bay. He finished with 8 points. Do with that information what you will.
Xavier, Yusuf, if this hits, if this bus, I'm buying you a Will Anderson jersey because you deserve it.
Look,
Appreciate you.
in the article that I referenced earlier, they have a lot of defensive statistics that really favor the Texans. One of them being uh Patrick Mahomes against Texans zone coverage. So the Texans run zone in 77.6% of the defensive plays. The Texans defense allows an NFL low 6.2 yards per attempt in zone coverage and has the best zone coverage defender in the NFL, which is Derek Stingley Jr. He he's allowed a 40 completion percentage and a 21.1 passer rating in zone coverage, both the lowest in the NFL with a minimum 25 targets.
He's better than Sertan, by the way. Yeah, I said it.
I'm just
It's
all I'm gonna say is Sertan plays a little bit more man, so I'm taking Sertan, but that's not a crazy thing to say. It's not.
his
Actually,
four
I'm
point
kind of shocked by that the Texans play 77% zone coverage when they completely have the personnel to play man
But I
if
mean,
they really
if
wanted
it
to
ain't broke, don't
99% of
fix
the
it.
game.
Like the shit they got going on, the shit that D'Amico got him running in zone defense is like it works. Derek Stingley is the best zone corner in the NFL. It's not a shame. Richard Sherman was the same situation. He was a very heavy zone corner who often oftentimes he got exposed in man. He wasn't a bad man corner, but he was more reliant on playing zone defense in Seattle. And he was one of the best corners in the NFL and probably the best corner at the time when they're playing zone. Same situation with Stingley, except Stingley I think is better than Richard Sherman was in man coverage. However, he's quite far ahead of anybody else when it comes to zone coverage. He's the best zone corner in the NFL. The only reason I take a Pat Surtain over Derek Stingley is the fact that he plays more man.
Yeah.
That's the only reason
It's
why.
just not it's just not as long term for corner health. It's not long term if you make a living off of being a man coverage corner. But also, I think D'Amico is like one of the best coordinators who's cosplaying as a head coach. I think that's one of the things that's holding the Texans back so much is he is a coordinator being a head coach. I know there's a lot of other NFL teams that could relate to that as well. I mean, the Eagles have a coordinator who shouldn't even be on a fucking NFL roster and to begin with. So, I mean, that's my thing with the
Shout
Texans.
out the Eggers. Shout out whoever threw them
Shout out to
eggs.
what? I'm sorry.
Okay, the people that threw the eggs.
Come again?
Eggers.
What'd you call me?
Crazy.
Anyway,
All right.
Insane.
That's going to do it for Boomer Bust this week. We got some spicy picks for y'all. But believe, I think Yusuf has done more than enough. Majid has done more than enough for you guys to believe in them. Don't pay attention to what Yusuf just said, muted. But
I don't know what you're
we're going
talking
to move
about.
on to topic number 3. We got our fantasy football winners and losers for the fantasy playoffs. So we got 10 players here. Naoki's going to go through them. He's going to read the name, their rank, how much they're averaging, and their remaining schedule from this week to what would be the fantasy championship for a lot of you, which is, I believe it's week 17. So we have the remaining schedule and their defensive rank as well against that position. So, Naoki, get us started. Who's our first player?
Yeah, the first player that we're naming off who has had a great year coming off of multiple years due to injury. We have Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, who ranks second, averaging 24.8 points with a remaining schedule of Jacksonville, who's at fifth, Seattle, seventh, San Francisco, 17th, and then closing out the year playing against the Jaguars, who, like I said, are fifth.
Yusuf, I
Sorry.
hate to do this. I hate to
Hey,
do this, Yusuf.
Guys, question for you guys, just to clarify. The numbers you guys are putting next to the team, is this their ranked defense, like as in ranked run defense, or is it ranked?
Yeah, ranked run
Yeah,
defense
it's
against
ranked
the
against the
position.
run. It's ranked
Okay, I got
against
you.
whatever position they
I
are.
got you. Okay.
So fifth would mean that they're the fifth best, and 17th for the 49ers would mean that they're 17th against
Got
that.
you. Okay, sounds good.
I'm telling you, Yusuf, I know you, and I know it's Jonathan Taylor. Do not get me wrong. I'm not shitting on Jonathan Taylor, but it's very apparent that the Colts are a team that is very matchup reliant, and so are their position players. I think that this is a little worrying for someone who's been carrying fantasy teams throughout the season. It's worrying.
Yeah.
For me, I can't put a label on if it's a winner or loser because it's such a toss-up because he's so good, but it's worrying. I would be worried.
I am worried, but I'll take a Jonathan Taylor like 15 over like a Ramondre Stevenson 3. So that's who my starting
I think
running
the
back
do all
is.
tell all will be how he does against Jacksonville this week, because that could either give a lot of people hope going into the championship, or it could ruin a lot of people's seasons.
Realistically, all I really need him to do is break away one of those 40-yard touchdowns. That'll make the game for me,
Just
honestly.
need a light little like 18 to 20.
Yeah, bro. Like you saw how shitty it was last week for him, like rushing the football, but a lot of pass catching. He ended
Yeah,
up the game with 15 points. Like
that's
it didn't
PPR
look
for you.
didn't look like a 15-point game. Like when you're watching the game, it didn't look like one. It looked ugly as hell. So
Mhm.
I'll take that over that Ramondre Stevenson or the guy that I gave up for him, Justin Jefferson. Like
Don't even say
imagine I'd
Ramondre's name
kept
on this
that.
fucking podcast. Don't even
Yeah.
mention that guy.
Sorry, my apologies. That's like a
We're
slur
bleeping that out.
nowadays.
Now you're gonna bleep that out.
But the
got you.
guy that I gave up for him too, like Justin Jefferson, if I'd had him in this situation, I would have been way out of the playoffs at this point.
Yep.
Not even close. So I'll
Majid,
take
what
it.
you thinking about JT?
I like it because at the end of
Is
the
he a
day, he's
league winner?
proven- I think I'm worried the same way you guys are. It's more about also Daniel Jones's fibula injury. I know he's playing through with that 3D printing cast. I don't know if you guys saw that for his shin or his fibula. But it comes back to what Yusuf said. Of course, teams are going to be expecting the run, so it might stuff him a little more. But it's still Jonathan Taylor. The catch game is still going to be there. Checkdowns are going to be there. Jonathan Taylor, you got to respect it. You know what I mean? He's proven this year, offensive player candidate. So obviously this week will tell us everything against Jaguars. It is a divisional game too. So back to what we're saying, it could be a toss up in either side. But I still think it's a winner. You know, it's Jonathan Taylor. He's number 2 for a reason behind CMC. You know, that's what I think.
All right, next player we have Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, who is currently 19th among quarterbacks, averaging 20.4 points. He did miss a good chunk of the season, with the remaining schedule of Pittsburgh, who's still at 25th, Cincinnati 28th, New England 17th, and Green Bay at 6th. Boys, do we think that Lamar Jackson to close out the year will go over or under his projection or his average, his point average to close out the year?
Under. I'm not trusting
Don't
that
do
team
this
one
to
bit.
me. Don't do this to me.
Over.
I love Lamar.
Yes.
Nope. Nope. I'm not falling for this propaganda. This Baltimore Ravens propaganda. I'm not doing it.
Brother.
Listen, after what I saw last week to the goddamn
2-3 years.
to the Bengals that have arguably maybe the 31st ranked defense. Okay, I'm not doing this, bro. Listen, they're gonna make TJ. They're gonna have not even TJ out. They're gonna make Jalen Ramsey next week look like he's an All Pro at 24 years old next week. They're gonna have
Let me
Joey
ask you
Porter
this,
look like he
Magic. Let me ask
belongs
you this.
outside
Hold
of
on.
prison.
Before you do all this shit about Lamar, let me ask you this.
I
Do
love
you
Lamar.
think the Baltimore Ravens make the playoffs?
This year,
Yes.
I don't think so.
Don't
think
you
so.
dare.
Listen, I'm
not
a
switch up like that.
I'm a cock writer. I think the Bengals win out.
What?
I think the Bengals win out this year. I'm being honest with you. I think the Bengals win out, and the Bengals take that division.
Fuck, that's not even what I'm saying. What about you? Blatantly just said you ride cock.
So
That is crazy.
insane.
I did not catch that.
That's so crazy.
Yusuf, sometimes you gotta just stay in your lane, bro. Like Lamar said, stay in your
don't.
lane.
You don't have to say
I
that.
wasn't the only one that heard it. Naoki heard that shit too.
Listen,
That's the intro. If that ain't the intro, I don't know what the fuck is.
I don't know what the fuck.
Holy shit.
Listen, chat.
Anyway,
I
my
don't
intervention.
swing Jackson Mahomes. I'm just saying all that. But
Yeah, you swing. You know what? Let me not say the rest of that. The question wasn't. Here's the issue you need to address. This is my intervention.
okay,
Lamar Jackson is going to average more than 20 points in these matchups. That's a fact, bro. So, do you think he's going to get more than 20 points in these matches? Doesn't matter if they win or lose or he looks like shit
this
doing
is
it.
fantasy. Yeah, I know, I get that. But I'm just looking at it. The way he performed against Cincinnati, he has Cincinnati coming up again. The best game.
Can you honestly sit here and tell me he's going to go do that shit again? Can you honestly sit here and tell me he's going to go and have 3 turnovers again against Cincinnati?
I'm not saying he's going to have 3 turnovers, but at the same time, I don't think he's going to have 3 rushing touchdowns and throw for 300 yards.
Why not?
I don't think he will. Because the team constructed around him. The fact that he has Zay Flowers as his wide receiver 1. The fact that Derrick Henry is like, I don't know where Derrick Henry is. The fact that Harbaugh is still a head coach for that team. The fact that that defense is the most inconsistent team I've ever seen in my life. One week, Nate Wiggins wants to look like Pat Surtain, and the next week, that Ravens defense looks like you still got Marlon Humphrey in the starting lineup, bro. You got Kyle Hamilton that keeps coming in and out of injury. So when I look at that team as a whole, you got to help Lamar on that day. Lamar is great, so Lamar could it's like Mahomes. Everyone around him is shit. He's going to find a way to somehow pull his strings. Lamar's going to do the same because Lamar's great. But it's like, if Derrick Henry isn't picking up his shit and that O-line isn't picking up that shit for him, that means it doesn't open up the run game for Lamar. If you got Zay Flowers that doesn't know how to run a fucking route, who's Lamar going to throw to? Mark Andrews? Who?
Hey, congrats to Mark Andrews for getting $30 million for no fucking reason.
The robbery. That is actually the robbery right there.
I didn't even think he could play 3 more years, bro. That's insane.
That's a Brandon Ayuk type contract right there, bro.
But yeah, I think Lamar goes over. Yusuf thinks he goes over. Majid, clearly you don't think he goes over. Not going over 20 for Lamar is kind of crazy. That's a crazy call.
You're talking about on average for the rest of the games, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. With these matchups.
I think Lamar's
Majid.
Listen.
Look, I know it looked bad. Pittsburgh is ranked 25th against QBs.
Division game.
28. New
Division
England is 17. These motherfuckers suck. 20 points.
They suck.
I'll see you in 3 weeks, Yusuf.
20 points? You don't think you can get 20 points?
Not on average, not for all games, no. Maybe one game.
If he goes off one game and he gets like 40, that's the average done. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I know that. But let's see. You're talking about 40. Can we see 22 first before 40?
Watch.
You got to get somewhere first.
Watch.
I'm watching. No, I watch every week.
All right, take us away.
Let's go.
Yeah, next player.
Fucking Magic's man crush over here.
Right here. This
next
is my favorite player right here.
Yeah, next player up, we have Brock Bowers, the Las Vegas Raiders' second-year tight end. He's ranked 5th averaging 15.4 points with a remaining schedule of Denver, who rank 18th against tight ends, Philly in 4th, Houston in 5th, and the New York Giants in 11th. Boys, do we think Brock Bowers finishes the year averaging above 15.4 or below? What are we thinking?
That's a tough, tough schedule, bro.
It's tough as hell. But guess what,
That's a tough schedule.
bro? You know what's crazy? But before, I don't want to take
He
too much
has
time. But
three top five defenses.
Philly's
Mind you,
Philly,
with
Philly's
Geno
fraud.
Smith at
Yeah, yeah.
quarterback.
Houston will lock up. Houston will lock up. But Denver, listen, he already played Denver. He put up 17 against Denver the first time they played. Philly's fraudulent right now. We know. So let's not act like he can't go for 30 points
Oh,
against the
now they're
49ers.
fraudulent. Now they're fraudulent.
Okay, okay. But regardless, the Houston game is gonna be hella tough. But against the Giants, he'll cook, especially last week. Brock Bowers, listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Brock Bowers, you know, we always talk about right now, we're talking about Jefferson. Imagine if Jefferson had Mahomes at QB, if he's doing this for this cover. This guy had Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, and Geno Smith as QBs. And he's ranked the top, aside from Trey McBride, he's ranked as the number one tight end in the league.
I just need the viewers to understand how delusional Brock Bowers has made you. He just made you call your own team fraudulent.
Listen.
He made you call your own team
Did you
fraudulent.
see that catch? Did you see that catch against your team? Did you see that? Did you see that three-finger catch?
Yeah.
Did you
I
see
saw
that?
the final score too.
That is single-handedly probably the best catch I've ever seen a tight end make, bro.
And again, you're saying you saw the final score. Again, this is fantasy. We do not care if the team wins or lose. They can lose by 40. Brock Bowers is gonna cook because there's no one else on that team that can cook. Not no Genty, not no Trey Tucker, not no Tyler Lockett. If all
Yeah,
I
but
care
it's the
about.
quarterback. The
Yeah, I
quarterback
get
they
that.
have.
Geno's horrendous, but that's what's crazy is if you look at Brock Bowers is averaging still 17, 18 with Geno at quarterback.
I mean, that
That's what's
40-point
insane.
game helped that average.
It did, yes,
Let's not
100%,
forget that.
100%. But okay, but take that out. If you look, it's still in the double digits. It's still around that
What the
15,
fuck is
16
that
mark.
face? Yusuf?
Yeah, what is that, bro? That's like
What is that?
you got that Jackson Mahomes face on.
Viewers can't see it. Viewers can't see it. Wait, whoa.
What is your obsession with Jackson Mahomes? This is the second
It's
time
just
you've mentioned him in 2 minutes.
it's the most I can say without getting canceled.
That's the most you can say?
You can say Carl Nassib.
Not
At
just
least
straight
one
up
of them is
admitting that you
confirmed.
ride dick?
No, I do not do that, bro. Listen, I fear my Lord.
Roll the clip.
I don't think so. I
Don't
don't think
you
so.
dare!
Listen,
Do not switch up like that.
Listen, I'm a cock writer. I think the Bengals win out. I think
What?
listen,
Can I just mention how poetic it is that Michael Vick's jersey is in the back of all of these iconic clips that we're getting imagined? Like, there's something so beautiful about him saying that he rides dick with Michael Vick in the background. It's insane to me. Like, that is
Hey,
insane.
didn't I tell y'all this guy was going
I
to be
used
a
to
great
pray for
addition?
times like this to rhyme like this.
Oh, and singing Meek Mill is even better. Eating French fries in the pool and shit.
Hey, Matt just winning Rookie of the Year, bro. He's Rookie of the Year.
I told y'all, bro. Don't tell me I don't have an eye for talent, bro. Come on now. I told y'all this is going to be a great addition.
All right, take us away. I think Brock Bowers is going to finish under. That schedule is disgusting.
Yeah, that schedule is a little tough. All right, next up we have Justin Jefferson, who we talked about in some length on this show. He ranks 18th among wide receivers, which is shocking, averaging 12.9 points on the year. His remaining schedule is as follows, and I think it's a very interesting remaining schedule. He faces the Commanders, who rank 27th against wide receivers. He faces the Cowboys, who rank dead last, 32nd against wide receivers. The Giants, who rank just a bit above them in 29th. And then Detroit, who rank 30th. So he's going up against four of the bottom six wide receiver defenses in terms of fantasy to close out the year. Boys, do we think that Justin Jefferson, to close out the season, goes above or below 12.9 points per game?
That's a really low median.
That's
He
crazy.
needs-
I
I'm
can't
gonna
be a
say red
hypocrite.
average.
I can't be a hypocrite because I just talked about Brock Bowers, quarterback. I don't even know what the fuck JJ has. Max Brosmer is a steaming pile of shit.
But
And
JJ McCarthy's starting this week, though, right? He's back, right?
does that make a fucking difference?
No, of course not for them winning, but Justin Jefferson this entire
Hey,
aside from last game, what's up?
hey, put some respect on 9.
If there's anyone on this list that has a good chance to finish over their median, I think it's Justin Jefferson. But like I said, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. I think Justin Jefferson is a fantasy football league loser. Even with that schedule, it's just way too much to figure out at the quarterback position. And that fucking QBR stat that you brought up, what was it? Like
47.
47%? Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I mean, it's just sad over there in Minnesota. Free Jettas till I die.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm going under to be honest with you.
I'm gonna go right at the average or above by 0.1 point. 13. I think he's gonna get it. The defense is all the defense there atrocious. Yes, his QB's atrocious, but he's been around somewhat of the average throughout the year. Obviously, the last two games have been ass, but I think if Nine does come back, they're trying to keep JJ from Justin Jefferson from not getting traded or requesting a release within next week. So I think they're gonna overfeed him, kind of what the Eagles did to AJ Brown that one game, even though they lost. 12 targets, 10 catches. Even if they're all check downs, screen passes, I think he'll get it.
It's
Yeah,
just sad.
I think he gets it just because the matchups are so favorable.
So
It's hard to
holy
ignore, bro.
32, 32, 30, 29, 27.
That's
Actually
bad, bro. Like those are some bad
wait.
defenses.
What did you guys say? What were the Eagles rank pass defense? Can you check Nike real quick with the Eagles pass
Fourth.
defense? Pass defense.
Oh, pass defense shit. I don't
Well,
know.
because that's
That
linebackers. The fourth is
That's tight
linebackers. That's
ends.
like yeah.
Tight ends.
I
No,
want to see
16th.
receivers
16th. 16th.
because I was looking at the NFC East. Washington 27, Dallas 32, Giants 29. If Philly was
Yeah.
in between that 25 to 30
Yeah.
range.
The NFC East is cooked when it comes to pass defense against receivers, bro.
And that's crazy
Fried.
that Jalen Hurts can't throw the football still. And that's what's in
Mhm.
his division. That's insane.
Sorry ass. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we kind of have to fly through these last few. We're just a little bit over an hour on recording. We still have to get through a lot of the show left. But next up, we have Buccaneers running back Bucky Irving, who ranks 39th among running backs, averaging 17.6 points. Remaining schedule: New Orleans Saints 16th, Atlanta Falcons 25th, Carolina Panthers at 27th, and Miami Dolphins at 18. What are we thinking, boys?
Up.
He's going all the way up. Bucky's
All the
my
way
baby.
up.
All the way up. All the way up.
Yep.
All right, next up, we have Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, who's had a controversially underperforming season. He ranks 14th among running backs this year, averaging 14 points per game. Remaining schedule: LA Chargers on Monday night at 14th, Las Vegas Raiders at 22nd, Washington Commanders at 30th, and the Buffalo Bills at 29th against running backs. What are we thinking, guys?
Up.
For all you
Under.
Saquon believers, that fucking schedule is
Up.
chef's kiss. That is a running back's
Under.
wet dream right there.
Under. I
Kill
don't think he
yourself,
gets it.
Yusuf.
I don't
Kill
think he gets
yourself.
it. Shout out to Kevin Patullo. Fucking idiot. Under.
All right, next up, we have within the same division, the money man out there in Washington, Terry McLaurin. After getting paid this past offseason, he's ranked 77th among wide receivers this year in
God
fantasy
damn.
football, averaging 12.4 points with a remaining schedule of Minnesota ranked first, New York Giants at 29th, Philly in 16th, and Dallas at 32nd. So he's up at the bottom, in the middle, and in the bottom again in terms of his matchup. So what are we thinking, boys?
I'm telling you, bro. No, I'm telling you. Look
Tell me,
out for
talk
a
to me.
crazy run to end the year for Terry. He was busting Sertan's ass too.
Yeah.
Busting his ass.
As long as Jaden Daniels is out for the year, he ain't doing it, bro. Unless
He
Jaden
ain't out
Daniels
for the
comes back.
year.
Oh,
He's
he's not?
coming back
Okay.
soon.
Okay, if Daniels is playing, then he got it. If not, fuck Mariota.
I mean, shit, he did that with Mariota.
Uh, that was one game, one good game.
It's going up. He's a league
Jaden
winner.
Daniels is going to finish above that average, bro.
I'm saying Jaden Daniels.
Terry McLaurin. Sorry.
Hey,
Terry McLaurin's
well,
going
does
to finish.
Daniels come back this week or next week?
Either or.
Fucking hell.
Either or.
All right, he's up. He's up.
He might have a tough week this week, but that remaining schedule after that's
It's the
beautiful.
Chargers. Yeah.
All right, next up we have Brock Purdy, who's been out for all of maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks this year, ranks 32nd among quarterbacks this year, averaging 19.2 points, with the remaining schedule of him having a bye this upcoming week, facing then Tennessee, who ranks 21st on his week back, Indianapolis, who sit 11th, and Chicago, who are 24th. What do we think?
They're up. He's playing for that last wild card spot, potentially the division. We'll see, but
I like this a lot. I think he's a league winner.
Please, Brock. Please. I beg you.
Hey, he's looked good. He's looked good.
He did not look good 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well that was tough, but the
All right.
Niners look good.
All right.
Yes.
Next up, we have DeAndre Swift, who ranks 17th among running backs, averaging 14.4 points.
Ooh.
Remaining schedule goes as follows: Green Bay, who sit at 10th. Cleveland at 9th. Green Bay again at 10th. And then San Fran at 17th. So either average or above
Down.
average.
That's a bad schedule, bro.
That's
Down.
bad. And you got Manungai there too. They're
Yeah,
sharing
Kyle
points.
Monangai. Shout out to Kyle Monangai. Rutgers legend, by the way.
Yes, sir.
My dog. I called this was gonna be a sleeper pick in the draft. I was watching the draft with my dad. Um, Sleeper pick. I knew the Bears had something with him. He's a dog. He's a demon.
Gave the Eagles
Trust.
straight sperm too.
Oh yeah, no,
Both
it
of them
wasn't
did.
just sperm. It wasn't just
Straight
sperm.
sperm.
He signed them papers as the father that stepped up type shit.
Oh God.
You feel me?
But I'm down on this. That's a tough ass schedule, bro.
Yeah, I'm down
Fuck.
too. Fuck that. That's terrible.
All right. And lastly, we have Patrick Mahomes, who we've also discussed in length on this show. He
That's a
ranks
schedule. God
he
damn.
ranks first among quarterbacks this year, averaging 25.9 points per game, with a remaining schedule of Houston, who ranks first, Chargers, who rank third, Tennessee, who ranks 21st, and then Denver, who are ranked fourth. So three top four defenses against quarterbacks in fantasy in the next 4 weeks. Boys, what do we think?
I'm gonna
His
That's a
pitch.
only
really high ceiling.
his only hope is to like go off for 50 against Tennessee. Aside from that, nah.
Let me tell you guys something. Let me break something down for you. So if you're ready for
This
this
should be
one,
good.
you ready? Hey, this is where all that I want this clipped right now. So we get back to this. He will shit the bed this week against Houston. Chargers game, the Chiefs win that game. I'm telling you that from now. All right, they're gonna win that game. They're gonna blow up Tennessee. Denver's gonna already have secured because of obviously the Patriots' upcoming schedule. The Denver's gonna have clinched the first seed in the division. Denver's gonna sit out their whole entire team. Their entire defense is gonna be
They
out. They're
don't
not
sit players out with
yes, the
2
week
weeks
18.
still to
Week,
go. No, that's week
no, week
17.
18. That's week 18.
That's week 17. I didn't add the last games because
Oh, you know, oh, okay, okay. I
yeah.
thought that was last week. I thought okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Fuck
just the
that
four.
shit now.
I thought that was just the last games, bro.
Fuck
I'm
Mahomo, dog.
honestly also even if they already secured whatever they got, I think just out of pure hatred, fucking
Sean Payton's
they
retarded.
yeah,
No, I don't
Sean
think Sean
Payton might
Payton's that
start
retarded.
the starters, bro.
Didn't the Broncos beat the Chiefs last year to end the season like 40-0 to go
Yeah.
into the playoffs?
The Chiefs
Yeah,
benched all their
but the
players,
Chiefs,
and
yeah,
that's
the
that's
Chiefs
what
benched
cost
everyone.
I
Cincinnati.
know, but that's still pure hatred. They were still throwing passes up 30.
But
Yeah,
they needed to win that game to clinch the playoffs. That's why. And they did
Yeah.
yeah,
as a result. This time is the other way around. So
that's insane.
yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy how the tables turn.
I'm down on Mahomo.
Down then if
Fantasy
this is
loser.
another game.
You're going down on Mahomo.
Nah, he's going down on me. Fucking
Okay.
Okay,
bitch.
see, so you're making fun of me for okay. He's literally taking it.
Nah, hey, I'm sorry. You keep your mouth shut for the rest of you talking about riding cock. Shut your bitch ass up.
Just straight up admitted it too.
I did not
Like,
ride cock. I
that
did not
whole
ride
thing.
cock.
He sounded like he was proud of it as well.
Twin,
No.
you did though. You said that.
Listen,
rider.
Okay,
I love cock.
listen, you guys are just
Penis.
seeing my appreciation towards Joe Shiesty. That's all I'm saying, bro.
That's
Move on. Move on. Move on before I fucking lose my shit. Move on, please.
Yeah,
Fuck
we
off.
don't have
Alright.
time for topic number 4. We don't have time.
Please.
Yeah.
We don't have time. Too much cock talk.
Oh man.
The plug talk, the cock talk. That's the podcast.
Oh, jeez.
All right. It is time to have a conversation. First topic up. This year has felt like the most confusing year in terms of assessing who the real contenders are in the NFL. How seriously do we take the Rams and Bears, who currently sit at top of the NFC? And what about the Patriots and Broncos in the AFC on the other side? And if we feel like we can't take any of those teams seriously as of this moment going into Week 14, Thursday Night Football, who else is there? What do we think, guys?
Bro, I deadass can't take anyone serious.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea what the fuck is going on in the NFL.
I stopped taking the Rams serious the moment that they lost on their home field to our C team. I never took them serious
Yeah.
from that point. I don't care how well they've been playing. Even though it's looked great. Then they
Like,
go and lose.
Can
to the
any of us like
Panthers.
honestly find a team that we can like 100% say they're going to the Super Bowl?
No.
This has been the year that's been like it's literally a toss up. It's
I
like
don't
it
know
can
if I
look
like it or if I hate it.
you
I
brought up
love
this.
it.
I say I want to chime into what you said. You or who was saying in the group chat the other day. Like we're talking about all these things. Like you can end up seeing as a CJ Stroud has been. We can see the Texans in the Super Bowl this year with that defense because that is a
Yeah.
Super Bowl caliber defense. And the
Mhm.
same way, I don't want to say I don't take the Bears serious. I think the Bears are. I love what obviously Ben Johnson's done with Chicago. I love their Caleb Williams is not taking that team to the Super Bowl as good as the defense, but it's gotten to a point where it's like shit. At that point, like, well, who is going to beat them? Detroit's all banged up. Green Bay's untrustworthy. Philly's not looking great right now. The Rams, like you said, shit, we might see San Fran or Seattle in the Super Bowl. Like
Well,
you
for
just don't
me, it's
know.
like this. Defense wins championships, but
Yeah,
offense gets you there. And that's the thing. It's with CJ Stroud. Because we saw 3 games of Davis Mills bleeding them to
yeah.
3-0.
But
So if
again,
Davis
those were
Mills
all
can
low
do it, why
scoring
the
games.
fuck can't CJ Stroud?
That is true. That is true. I don't know. I think Patriots here off this list. Patriots are clear pretenders. They've every single game they've won, aside from the game against Tampa Bay, have been against below 500 or 500 teams. The Denver Broncos, as good as their defense has looked and carried them this year, Bo Nix hasn't been able to score more than like
They
17
might be
points.
the worst 10-2 team I've ever seen.
Of course, yeah. The Broncos have looked atrocious. The Bears gave us dick the other week, but fucking, I'm saying what it is. You said it yourself. You said 260 yards on the ground. There's no other way to filter it. Listen, there's no
Valid.
other. Listen, they did it to it, but at the same time, I just don't trust Caleb. I don't trust that they're still young. Chicago probably needs another year or two with maybe another addition at receiver, maybe some more protection on offense, but
No, Chicago doesn't need anything else at receiver, bro.
they do
They've got
because
they've got DJ Moore.
DJ
They've
Moore is
got
not being used right. Number one,
okay,
Adunze
but
is good, but
Romo Dunze, DJ Moore, and Luther Burden, who was the best wide receiver in college football last year. You need to just give him time. Watch what he does next year.
no, I agree Burden, but I think Burden's like again. I feel like Burden's like a Jameson Williams, which is fine, which is good. But
He's
I
gonna be
think
better. He's gonna be better than a J-Mo. I
I got
promise
you.
you.
I got you that and Adunze. But the way that it's like they're using DJ Moore as that gadget receiver, you can't be doing that
I
with
think
both.
well, I think Ben Johnson's still trying to figure out exactly which receiver can do what. I
Yeah,
think he gets this full off season next year, which he already had, but like this is a
No,
second
he's
year
still trying to
now.
figure out how to make Caleb look better than he actually is.
Yeah, I mean, which
yeah.
he has, by the way. And you get next year, you get into next year, by the way. Go into next year. You've already established now that heading into this season, you didn't know if Romo Dunze was going to be wide receiver one or if it was going to be DJ Moore. DJ Moore clearly is the wide receiver two. Odunze emerged as a wide receiver one, but I see him potentially falling back, and I see Luther Burden stepping into that role. You've got two great tight ends on Cole Kmet and Colston
I
Loveland.
love that. I love that about
Beautiful
this
offensive line. Like that is arguably probably the most well-constructed offense and most well-rounded offense in the NFL right now. Like no bullshit. They just need to like get that shit going because when you have a nice duo tandem, like it's constructed like the Lions, bro. It really is. Except they just have two tight ends. It's really just dangerous. The duo tandem at running back and Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift.
That's really good.
It's fantastic, bro. I think Chicago next year, their offense is going to be number one in the NFL. No two ways about it. I say that right now, and it sounds crazy. That's my guess, but again, look at it this
That's
year.
Ben Johnson for you, bro.
The fact that they have less wins than the Niners, obviously because they've had the bye week, and they're currently number one in the NFC, and they have a chance of like completely falling out of the picture if they don't win their division. And the Niners have a chance currently at number 7 to be number one in the NFC completely. Like that shit is crazy. The parity is insane this year.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
ridiculous.
I don't know anything. I don't know.
So,
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like I think this team's gonna go all the way. My prediction at the beginning of the year, I thought the Bills were gonna do it. They fucking look ass. I'm sorry. That is not a Super Bowl team. So
that's around. Hey, I'll be honest with you guys. Based on how the AFC
it's a wild card exit team.
that's exactly what I was going to say. That's literally a wild
That's a
card
team
exit.
that exits the wild card, bro. And plus, they're not winning their division this year, which we are so used to
That,
seeing
that
them do it.
that's what's crazy too is you look at New England, which are complete pretenders, playing all these bum teams and stuff. But at the same time, it's not their fault. They don't choose a schedule. They play the games that are given to them, and we'll see how they play against a good team. Because I love Mike Vrabel, but it's the same thing. It's like it's Buffalo's division to win, New England are going to win not because they keep winning. It's because Buffalo can't win. It's like Buffalo can't take that next step. Like what they're 2 games behind now. They already had lost to New England, so they got to beat New England this next game they play. They got to win this big ass game against Cincinnati, who's playing for a playoff spot. Like they always play ass against the Dolphins. They lost to the Dolphins, didn't they? When they played. So like my point is like it's not easy. And usually for some reason all these ass teams to end the year, even though they should be tanking for the first seed, somehow always show up because some of those players are trying to fight for a contract for next year. Some players are fighting for the fact that they don't want to get released or benched, like Tua example or someone that should have been benched. I don't know. It's just so ass to see what's happening in Buffalo, bro. The
Yeah,
1 year Mahomes is ass, Josh Allen's ass, Lamar's ass, everyone's ass. It
that
just
is crazy.
it fucking pisses me off, bro.
Well, I like to think that the parity this year is good. I think the fact that we are going into a week 14 without a clear-cut favorite makes the playoffs all that more exciting. A few weeks ago, before we went on the holiday break, Imagine and I got to rant a little bit about the Eagles this year and the struggles on the offensive side of the ball. Zay, I kind of want to shift things towards you for this segment or this topic. Miraculously, Justin Herbert is rumored to be, quote, optimistic about playing Monday night against the Eagles despite getting surgery on his left hand, which we said in
Fucking
the group
dog.
chat. We said in the group chat, I don't think I've ever seen the words uh, day to day and surgery in the same tweet from Adam Schefter. Crazy. But I want to pose this question to you, Zay. With this being another year of Justin Herbert, right? Another year of not finishing atop the AFC West, and a part of it is due to the Chiefs' dominance throughout the time that Justin Herbert's been in the NFL. Obviously, that's prevented that. In a year that Mahomes has not been playing all that well, yes, the Chargers are, doing well, but they're still sit second in the AFC West underneath the Broncos. How would you best summarize the Justin Herbert era as a Charger so far? Could more have been done to help him? Is there more to be done? Where do you stand in terms of the timeline of Justin Herbert? Because he's 27 years old. Offensive line injuries continue to plague him. Injuries to himself continue to plague him. Inconsistencies in the wide receiver room have plagued him. What do you make of Justin Herbert's time as a Charger?
Look, a lot of people when it comes to Justin Herbert, they love to bring up excuses for him, and they think that too many excuses are being made for him in that process. Whether it's the injuries, whether it's the coaching, whether it's this or that. One thing you can never say about Justin Herbert is that he hasn't ever played the best he can possibly play with what he's been given. Herbert has always steadily been statistically one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And if you add on everything that's happened throughout the beginning of his career, whether it's Anthony Glenn coaching him, whether it's Brandon Staley coaching him, whether it's having no offensive line, whether it's not having a wide receiver that can fucking catch the football, all of those things, Herbert has always played the best he can possibly play. Like, you look at what he has and you look at the year that he had, you're like, there's no way he could have played better than that. Simply, there's no way he could play better than that. And I think that that's what pisses me off when it comes to Herbert talks. And, people calling him the if man, people calling him this or that, saying he gets too many excuses. They're valid excuses, and they're excuses anyone would make on any team for anyone's favorite quarterback. It's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. When you talk about the coordinators and you talk about not having the pass protection that he's had in past years, like you have to apply that to every quarterback. Just because he's Justin Herbert and just because he's had that his entire career, you can't get fatigued with that conversation. It still applies. You know what I mean? So that's what frustrates me when it comes to the Herbert era because we've genuinely been robbed of
Yeah.
really what could be with him. We talk about Slater, we talk about Alt going down this year. Like those two guys can change everything. Like we could be looking at a real Super Bowl contender if those guys are still on the field right now. And I don't think any of you on the panel can disagree with me on that because we saw what they looked like fully healthy against the Chiefs. Everyone and their mama knew that they were going to compete in that division when you just watched that game. So that's what really hurts me when it comes to the Justin Herbert era. It's like so close but so far. It's reminiscent. It's kind of like a continuation of the Phillip Rivers era. And I know they're two completely different quarterbacks. I'm not comparing the two, but in their situations, you know, like you look back at Phillip Rivers, he had the number one defense and the number one offense one year, and they missed the playoffs. That's in a nutshell kind of what I see from Herbert. He's a top five quarterback playing on a 32nd ranked team consistently throughout his career. So I don't know if we'll ever see it. I think it's just destiny for us to have bad luck. We're a horrible franchise. We're a joke. We're never going to be taken seriously until the Chargers can just have one healthy season. That's all I have to say about it. I'm getting sick and tired of the injuries. I'm getting sick and tired of getting players that aren't reliable. I'm getting sick and tired of people blaming it all on Justin Herbert. I know he's had those playoff blemishes on his career so far, but I just don't think it's fair to criticize solely him until you really get to see the full product on the field.
Mm.
None of us know what that looks like yet. We can't sit here and say that we've seen it because we haven't. So that's what I have to say about Justin Herbert.
Can't even follow that shit up, bro. Whatever. Move on. Fuck it. That was
Yeah,
perfectly said.
perfectly
From the
said.
soul.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaiah, for that. I know it's tough. I mean, I think everyone in this panel, as much as me, Majid, are Eagles fans, and you as a Niners fan, like we all are rooting for Justin Herbert to do well in the NFL. If you had, I'll close it out with this last question. What do you think then, as a lifelong Chargers fan and as a real big Herbert believer, what do you think is the solution to elevate the team, elevate Herbert to being a contender level team?
Offensive line. That's it. Literally it. He is playing behind some of the worst refrigerators I have ever fucking seen in my goddamn life. Also, Majid, fuck you. And fuck you, Naoki. Mekhi Becton is a wet piece of dog ass.
And we'll
He's the
take him back.
fucking worst thing I've ever seen put a football uniform on.
You know what's funny? I
What
saw a
the
report.
fuck?
I saw a
His
report.
center at one point in time, his name was Will Clapp.
I saw a report.
Bradley Bozeman is mentally challenged. These guys don't know how to play football, bro. They stand there and they're just big. They're a bunch of dumb fucking idiots. They just stand there and they look fat as shit. They don't fucking move. They just stand there. You know how many blow-bys I've seen this season? It's fucking despicable, bro. I'd rather
Hey.
watch that on repeat. On repeat.
Oh my.
Isaiah, thank you for sharing. Next time, same time next week.
Let's go to the game of the week, guys.
Yeah,
That
Like,
being said,
we're in a circle. We're in like a circle, just talking about.
that being said, bro, my game of the week is the Chargers versus the Eagles. You want to guess what happens?
You guys get annihilated by
Guess what
Saquon
happens?
Barkley. 33-point fantasy week for Saquon Barkley this week.
This is an Eagle, bro.
Okay.
This is what Justin
I already
Herbert.
know what's happening. I already know what's happening.
Oh no.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Oh,
Oh.
whoa.
We can't put that on the screen. We can't
Chargers
put that on the
21,
screen.
Eagles 17.
No, you know what you should do? Just switch Isaiah's camera to like the Kevin Hart Shaq.
No,
21-17 Chargers.
he
Can we-
didn't.
And also
can we
imagine read the response you put.
Can we read the response? Yeah,
Bitch.
please.
Laugh
He-
my fucking ass.
Off.
Zay
Yeah,
Zay
say it.
didn't. Zay didn't make a
Say it
sound.
like
so
Mason Rudolph
the
said it, bitch.
The
Say
camera
it.
never cut to Zay. The camera never cut to Zay because he didn't make a sound.
I did make a sound.
The camera never cut to you. The Zoom never picked it up.
Listen.
My bad.
Isaiah, I can't wait this week. We'll watch the game together. And you start crying, all right?
Please move on.
Cry?
Please move on.
I
Please move
cry
on.
every week, bro.
Imagine what's your game of the week?
All right. My game of the week is this Thursday night. Both teams playing for a playoff spot. We got the red hot, it's crazy to say, the red hot Dallas Cowboys that are on a 3-game win streak versus the Detroit Lions that have looked absolute dog shit these last 4 weeks. The game is in Detroit, I believe. I have it 31-27 for Dallas. I think Dallas comes up with this thing. I think for both teams, defense is out of the picture, aside from Aiden Hutchinson. I think it's going to be a back and forth from both teams. I see a big game from Lamb. I see a big game from Pickens, especially with obviously your bust player being Javonte Williams, we talked about Arnold being out. Same with Detroit. I think Detroit will still pull up some numbers. JMO, hopefully, will have a good game for Yusuf. With no Amon Ra, I think that also gives it a little more. Why I don't think they'll get that over with no Laporta. Laporta's been a big loss for Goff. The type of quarterback Goff is, not having Laporta and not having his number one Amon Ra, I think will play a huge
Dog
role in
shit.
this. Yep, I think
Yeah.
will play a huge role. So I got
Notice
the
how he
Cowboys
didn't
coming
pick
on top.
notice how he didn't pick the Eagles to win.
You got that game.
Notice how he didn't
You
do
got
it.
you chose the game before me. That's why I had to get stuck with this game.
I'm
Can't have the
just
same game of
saying.
the week. I have the
Signs,
Eagles.
man.
I'm gonna tell you this: the Eagles look atrocious. I have the Eagles winning this game by at least 18.
Kill yourself. What the fuck? Fuck no.
Nealon.
18? You guys can't even score 18 points offensively.
You'll see this week against that team. Absolutely. I'm telling you, Saquon 33.3 fantasy point week. Watch.
Naoki, what's your game of the week?
Yeah, my game of the week is a battle out in the NFC North. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers. I got the Bears winning 21-12. I do think the Packers have a really good defense, and I do think that they're gonna stifle that Bears offense, but I just still think the Bears will ultimately win the game.
So you think Packers only score field goals?
Not
Well,
fucking
That is
shocking.
that
Hey,
is
we're
that is
we're
not
14 weeks
shocking.
into the season. Can anyone tell me who the wide receiver one is yet?
Oh no, we don't. We're not. Absolutely no one.
Yeah,
Probably Christian
they're not
Watson.
scoring
We're
any
still playing
touchdowns.
Where's Waldo with the Packers offense. So yeah, 12 points is valid.
Yusuf, what's your game of the week, brother?
I got Bengals, Bills, Josh Allen versus Joe Shiesty, the best quarterback in the NFL versus Haley Steinfeld's husband.
Michael B. Jordan's in the league.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, whoa.
I think
Damn.
our outro music's gonna be Mr. Brightside.
That's bad, bro. Good one, Magic. That was good. I got the Bengals winning this game 42-38. I wanted to see a shootout. I want to see a showdown, just how we saw in week 1 between the Bills and the Ravens. I see it happening. I think this is probably two of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL for the last 5 years or so. But yeah, I think Joe Burrow gets the best of them. I think he gets the Bengals back to what they do. I think T. Higgins coming back is going to be a huge boost for Cincinnati, especially heading into this game. Now showing that they can compete in this division, especially after missing Joe Burrow and still only having 4 wins on the year. The fact that they're still in the playoff picture, I think, is just going to motivate them to continue to push even harder.
The fact Chase Brown's actually gonna be able to run the ball this week.
Yeah, that too. He's been
Opens
able
up
to
the
run the
pass
ball
game.
last couple of weeks. To be fair, I mean, he was,
Opens up the pass game right there.
exactly. So I think it's gonna be a game, honestly. But I still think the Bills fall short because Sean McDermott doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
And the fact they got Darius Slay as their corner one.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Can't wait to see what Jamar Chase. Can't wait to see what Jamar Chase does.
Jamar Chase owners, listen, you might as well just bench your wide receiver. You're gonna get 45 out of Chase this week.
Honestly, you really could.
You don't even need your wide receiver.
Yeah, if Slay is starting and he's guarding Jamar Chase, it's a wrap, brother. Good night.
Oh.
Even if he's guarding T. Higgins.
I feel that.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Pick Six Podcast. Week 14 is among us. We're closing in on the end of the year. As Naoki would say, it's the home stretch. Fantasy season, fantasy football is wrapping up. As you could tell after everything that we talked about today, it's getting hot. We don't know any contenders at all. You can go back and rewatch everything we just talked about. We're not quite sure who's standing out as the best team in the NFL or who the worst team in the NFL is even as well. There's a good competition for that shit as well too. We appreciate y'all for tuning in on a weekly basis. We will be back next week. Our predictions will hit this week. Mark our words. Boomer bust. We're going 6 for 6. Y'all agree?
Tap in.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Amen.
Tap
Amen.
in.
Y'all know what we do, man. We don't miss. All hits, no misses, baby. Come on now. We appreciate y'all for joining us. My name is Yusuf. I've been joined by Magic Gisri, Naoki Gima, Isaiah Brune. This, again, has been Pick Six brought to you by Street Logic Sports. Feel free to check us out on all platforms, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, or X, however you want to call it, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check us out. Linktree is always going to be in the bio. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all soon.
Sir.
Bolt up, bitch.
Bye.
Fly, Eagles, fly.